Tonight, a St. Louis FC team who got obliterated in a midweek match hopes to bounce back against one of the top teams in the Western Conference, Orange County SC. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Corey Cohen with you for the broadcast. My partner tonight is Matt Stubbington. We are live from Championship Soccer Stadium at Great Park in Irvine, California. Should be a good one tonight, Matt, as both teams are looking for a rebound game.
They are looking for a rebound. No shame for Orange County losing to Real Monarchs last time out, a 2-1 result. But against LA Galaxy 2, St. Louis had a real blip on the landscape, losing 6-3. A real thriller and a huge scoreline. You look at the standings, you've got Orange County sitting in 5th place and St. Louis FC just sitting outside of the playoff picture in 9th.
And that we'll see what happens with this match. Orange County SC has been up around 3rd, 4th in the standings. We'll see if they get back there tonight. For St. Louis, we'll see what they can do with Kyle Gregg. Scored 2 goals in that match against Galaxy 2.
He is a great player, very good target for St. Louis. As you can see, he's good at scoring goals with his head, but he can also put the ball in the back of the net with either peg as well. Real talent, good with his back to goal. He's an important player for St. Louis FC tonight. For Orange County, Annie Voldson, he came off with a really fast start to the season, got a hat-trick early on, but he's gone off the boil a little bit as the season's progressed. He hasn't scored since the 14th of April. He needs to get back in the scoring ways so that there's some consistency for Orange County.
He is holding as one of the top goal scorers in the USL, but you're right, most of that came early. The past couple weeks, he has been a little quiet. They will need him if they want to kickstart some things, because the past couple weeks, they haven't been able to get past that 1-goal margin. They've been able to get 1 goal, but can they have an outpouring? Galaxy 2 did it midweek. Can Orange County do it tonight? We'll see just in a few moments right here on ESPN+. Stay with us, folks.
New Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade. The perfect blend of real ginger taste with a splash of real juice. Are you ready to taste Nirvana?
Hey, honey! Do we want to taste Nirvana?
Yeah, sure.
How long have you been sitting in my yard?
Since Tuesday.
Try New Canada Dry Ginger Ale and Lemonade.
Back here in Irvine, California, Championship Soccer Stadium at Great Park, as we're preparing for a matchup between Orange County SC and St. Louis FC. Let's take a look first at St. Louis's starting 11. We talked about Kyle Gregg. What else, Matt, do you see here?
Well, the big news is that Tomas Gomez is in net tonight for St. Louis. He transferred from Rochester Rhinos earlier at the beginning of the season, but injured his hip during preseason training and hasn't been able to play yet. So he gets his first go in goal tonight.
Again, giving up all those goals midweek certainly leads to a factor with Gomez getting that start in goal over Jake Fennelson. Now let's take a look at the Orange County starting 11. Tonight's starting 11 is brought to you by Subaru Orange Coast.
Well, it's interesting. The lineup tonight that we were given has changed from the normal 4-1-4-1. Playing tonight perhaps into a 3-5-2 lineup. Trying to get some help for Annie Voltson up top with Sabol starting his partner in the forward position.
And you see Noah Powder, normally a center back, now listed in that midfield position. We'll see if he holds there and what they do with this. But they did lose Oscar Sordo. It was a mutual parting of the ways, so he's no longer. He started every match this season as a fullback. He's not in the lineup. Cronali, their other fullback, he's not in the starting 11 tonight. So Orange County SC going with something different. As you said, no shame in losing to the team at the top of the leaderboard, but they are going to start to switch things up as they have not scored more than a goal since April 7th against Galaxy 2. So while they've won some games, they haven't been able to really dominate like they were used to on that run. Or excuse me, since April 14th was the last time they scored more than a goal.
Both teams getting ready to play. And as you say, it's going to be a bit of a bounce-back game for both these squads. There's Anthony Pulis, the coach for St. Louis FC, very experienced coach. Was with Orlando City B last season, starting for first year in charge of St. Louis.
And he's got some players that have come over from Orlando City B that are with this squad. For Cloutier, again, he's got his team. They're currently in 5th place, but with a win, they'd get to 19 points into 3rd place in the West. And folks, we are underway here from Southern California. It's a little bit chilly for Southern California, 61 degrees right now. That's before the sun has set here at Great Park. Orange County SC heading from the left side of your screen to the right as we see an early foul there against St. Louis wearing the white kits. They'll head from the right to the left. Tonight's Orange County SC versus St. Louis FC match is presented by Hogue. Tonight, all fans in attendance received a free Orange County SC fleece blanket courtesy of Hogue and Hogue Orthopedic Institute. In 61 degrees, that blanket will become useful as the night goes on, I'm quite sure.
I see some of the fans curled up in their blankets already.
Certainly, Orange County residents not too used to this kind of weather, certainly not in May.
I was watching some of the action from around the league, and Charlotte Independence had a hydration break during the first half of the game that I was watching.
Doesn't quite seem fair, but when you consider the East Coast got some snow into April, it all evens out.
Well, the weather's been pretty funky for this early part of the year. Some of the USL matches had snow on the ground that early part of March and April, so.
Again, with Matt Stubbington on color, I'm Corey Cohen. With you for the broadcast, our producer is Gage Tillotson. A little over 90 seconds into this match. One thing you'll notice from the crowd is that trumpet that you'll hear. He will be playing throughout the match, and it is absolutely a delight. You're used to hearing a drum at a soccer match. You're not too used to hearing a trumpet. He plays all the classics. He got some Super Mario Brothers in there. He'll go fully around. He'll get some Crazy Train. He'll do it all. A through ball into the box, over the head of Rawls. Rawls down on the ground at the feet of Greg. And Rawls able to pick it up. But you know that everybody at Great Park was holding their breath for a moment as Rawls went up to grab it, and it just went over his fingertips.
Just a hard bounce off the surface there, completely foxing the goalkeeper Rawls, but he recovered really well. Greg slipped a little bit as he was trying to control the ball. In the end, it was well done by the goalkeeper. Spared himself his blushes. You're right about trumpeters. I don't think I've ever heard a trumpet at a soccer game. I've heard them at cricket games. The England national team playing cricket generally has the Barmy Army following them around, and there's a trumpeter that is in the crowd generally playing lots of different tunes.
I believe in Japanese baseball they also have a trumpeter, but yeah, certainly not many soccer matches. It's definitely one thing that makes these fans unique.
There's always a great atmosphere for all these USL games. The number of fans for the league is growing in leaps and bounds throughout the history of the league, and this year we've already exceeded 1 million fans for the season, which is remarkable. And we had over 100,000 fans in 1 week.
Yeah, they broke a record. There you see.
Well, there's the drummers. I need the drummers and the trumpeter next door to each other, so they play the same music.
We see the throw-in coming right in front of the drum section. About to enter the 5th minute. Throw-in into the box. It's loose. Keeper out of net. And it is deflected. We will see a corner kick coming up for Orange County.
Not the best decision there from Gomez. Early mistake. Back in net today for St. Louis. If you're going to come, you better make sure you claim it.
So we'll take a look in just a moment, as here we see the mistake from Rawls going up. That was a high bounce, but Greg almost made him pay. First now, the corner kick, and Hashimoto, the Japanese national, not able to do anything there. It's deflected off the body of Joey Calistri.
Great effort from Calistri. You hear the coaching staff say, get up, chase it down. He did just that. Not the best service on the corner kick from Hashimoto. He will take a lot of the set pieces for Orange County. Trying to get a feel for what Orange County are doing. They gave us that 3-5-2 lineup. And Andy Voldson has played up top by himself. Key player in all of this is number 18, Selbol. He's at the bottom of your picture there. It looks like he's playing on the right wing. So I believe they've reverted more to that standard 4-1-4-1 lineup that they have playing most of the season, with Aiden Quinn, number 14, as the holding player.
It makes sense. Selbol on that right wing, and then Ida Voldson in the center. Now on the left, you see Christian Duke, the captain of this squad. It is his first year with the club, so it just goes to show you how much respect he's earned after spending the last 2 years with Swope Park. That he's able to come in and get that captain's armband. Some contact there, foul called against Aiden Quinn. Quinn with 2 goals and an assist on the season. Scored a penalty kick the last 2 weeks. That was the eventual game winner 2 weeks ago against Colorado Springs. It came in the first 10 minutes of the match, but that was all they needed, as it turns out, to defeat Switchbacks FC.
Good movement there from Powder and Hashimoto in conjunction with each other. Initially a little bit of miscommunication between the two players, but they figured it out. Hashimoto with the overlapping run, allowing Powder to take the ball centrally. In the end, the pass came to Naut, but good movement, good communication between the two players. Oh, Greg just putting his arms out, saying, hey guys, we've got good shape here. We'll pick up the pressure as soon as the ball enters into the middle third. See the lateral shifting defensively of St. Louis. Perfectly happy to give possession to Orange County in their own half. Then they'll try and pinch the play on that far sideline. Make play predictable for the team behind.
Ball at the feet of Owusu Ansah. Native of Ghana, spent his last 2 years in Greece. A challenge here from Ida Voldson. Gomez struggling, and that'll be a corner kick. And you see there the first appearance from Gomez, and it is clear that he's got some jitters.
Oh, it's terrible decision-making from the goalkeeper. Ball played through into the space, and then Gomez just needed to play the ball out into the right fullback position or clear it up the field, but chose to mess about with it. Was under some pressure and easily gave up the corner kick.
And that was clear, just nerves and not having the composure with a player challenging you.
Just not up to the speed of the game yet, but a player of his experience, it won't take him long. Hopefully he will be spared his blushes.
Gomez, almost 25 years old, turns 25 just about a week. A foul there.
Hashimoto choosing to go short again with the corner kick. Like it was one off at the training ground. Nearly came to fruition, but St. Louis were well aware of it. Here's the ball played in. Good pressure from Annie Voltson. Forced the issue. And then you look at Selbol there. He just stepped up enough to put the pressure on the right-hand flank as well to take away that option that Gomez was looking for. But really, just a big touch out to the wide position would have been better for Gomez and pump the ball up the line.
So now the ball at the feet of Selbol. Crosses, switches fields to the left. Now it's a battle for the header, and it is cleared away by Jonathan Barden. Orange County, though, gets the ball right back. Selbol on the right flank. 19 yards out. He will keep it going. He's got some help with Noah Powder. Right back to Selbol. Fools the defender. Right back. Header won by St. Louis, and it is knocked out of play. We'll see a throw-in for the home team.
Nice interchange of passes there and good movement from Orange County. Hashimoto, Powder, and Selbol in conjunction, opening spaces up for each other because of their movement.
Nobody there on the pass into the box.
You can hear the coaches, Anthony Pulis, just saying, stop the cross, and that's not happening. You've got to get touch tight when the ball's out wide areas in your defensive third. Stop the service coming in. There are 3 players in position. Not one of them were touch tight at all.
Orange County just controlling things here now in the 11th minute. Looking to get a good opportunity. Now coming from the left side. Christian Duke. Hashimoto. Right back to Duke. Powder. Selbol. Towards the left, nobody there, and it is headed by Fink.
Again, indecision from the goalkeeper. Gomez went to go for the ball, then changed his mind. Not going to do a lot for the confidence of the team.
Some contact, Duke on the ground inside the box, but not nearly enough for a penalty kick to be given.
Cavatar there, arms were up. Duke certainly ran into the brick wall that is the right fullback, but you got to be careful. You got to keep those arms down if you're going to make rash challenges like that inside the penalty area.
Gomez, a graduate of Georgetown. He's from St. Louis, so he's a hometown player. He's drafted in the 3rd round of the 2015 MLS Super Draft. As you mentioned, spent the past couple years with Rochester. Take a look at the collision that Christian Duke had in the box, and you see that there was actually a little bit of a push-off.
A little chicken wing action there.
So Duke did have some argument, though it never helps. Even if it is a foul, it's tough to justify calling for a penalty kick on the outside of the box without a play really building up, without an opportunity for a goal.
Well, a foul is a foul, and really poor decision there from Cavatar. You need to make better decisions.
Fanuel Kavita from Congo came over to the U.S., went to Clemson after spending 2 years with the Monarchs, spent last year with Puerto Rico, is now here, gets a big head on it there. Kavita will now earn the throw-in.
So far, St. Louis have been very conservative, maintaining the lines. Coach asking for the team to get up together quicker. Try and condense the space. That's always the challenge in the game of soccer, and is transitioning from the condensed space of playing on defense to the expanse that you need to be successful in playing on the offensive side of the ball.
Sub ball mistouched it there, and Aiden Stanley was able to stop things. Stanley, a very young player, just 18 years of age. He was an academy signing in 2016. Got a couple appearances last year. This is his third start, but incredibly young. He actually, in the fall, will leave the team. As here we see Stanley a little bit ahead of him. Plans to attend Duke to play soccer.
It's interesting that he's going to go to school to play.
Handball, Hashimoto calling for it. Culbertson, though, denying it, and now we see a throw-in coming up for St. Louis.
Well, it was a definite handball. Should have been called. Culbertson certainly used his arm to control it. That'd be frustrating for Orange County.
Booted out of play. Throw-in coming up. Take a look to see handball. Yeah, without a doubt. Arm extended right off the elbow.
Well, the arm's not in a natural, well, it's in a natural position to keep your balance, but I mean, the bottom line, yes, it was ball to hand, but the player gained an advantage from that.
A boot and a nice touch as the ball was about to fall to the feet of Calistri. And I believe that was Owusu Ansah who got the extra touch, knocked the ball a little further out. Into the box, Calistri looking for it, and again Owusu Ansah knocks it out of play. A penalty kick, or excuse me, a handball. Is that just outside of the box?
Just outside of the box. Aiden Quinn was trying to shield the ball over the byline. Great work from Calistri to keep the play alive. And then the cross came in.
Take a look at the replay here.
Segba's on the arm. Look at the effort there. Fantastic job. Ball comes in, it bounces off of the thigh of Segba's up into the arm. Just talked about it on this near sideline. Now it happens on the far sideline. Exactly the same play. One was called, one wasn't. This, though, was the right decision.
Both calls, however, benefiting St. Louis FC, so some of these home fans not too happy about it. It's coming from about 20 yards out.
Greg will be the target.
Uses his head to find the back of the net. Some indecisiveness now. Taken by Hilton. It's in the air and headed out of danger, at least momentarily. Stanley with a high leg. And a foul as Aiden Quinn came in, and Stanley again with a high leg. I think it was his leg that got hurt there, as it was exposed when Quinn came in.
The player's reaction there, I think he might have rolled his ankle as he came down. You see on the replay here, he goes up for the challenge.
Yeah, it was the ankle.
So contact foot to foot, and that will smart. The soccer boot does not give you a lot of protection. Not sure who it was in the back line for Orange County that headed the ball clear, Hume or Yuli Nielsen. A good defensive effort from one of those players, whichever one it was.
Yul Nielsen new to this starting 11. Set piece coming here from Culbertson. It's messy and cleared away.
Fantastic job from Powder. Athletically done, acrobatically done on the clearance. But the reaction of the player, he didn't wait, he didn't rest. He got up immediately and sprinted to mark up. Really well done.
Powder again, and that ball was actually about to fall to Powder. Hashimoto didn't see it and hit it out of bounds.
Well, that's just a great example for any player, particularly young players, though. And the second time Powder hits the ground, but he gets up immediately and is on the move, on the jog, to get into his defensive position.
Talk about young players. Powder's a young player, only 19 years of age. And it looks like we'll see a corner kick as that was deflected. But Powder, he's 19, came up through the Red Bulls Academy. He's from North Jersey. And just recently parted ways with Red Bulls 2 after a couple years. So finished time with that organization. He's come over to Orange County.
And coaches always say, you may play badly, but the one thing you can control is your effort. Great effort there from the young man.
So this corner kick coming up. The boot from Hilton. Nice header. That shot deflected, and we will see a corner kick, but great work to get in front of it by Thomas Yule Nilsson.
Nilsson, great job from him. Powder again in there as well. Nilsson with a challenge on. Fink in there for St. Louis.
Another corner. This is headed cleanly out by Walker Hume. Yule Nilsson, this is his first U.S. club. He's from Denmark, spent his entire career in Scandinavia, then decided to go pretty far away and signed with Maccabi Netanya in Israel, but never made an appearance. Things didn't work out there, and has come over to Orange County. Another player who hasn't gotten much playing time with this club.
Whether they have any skyscrapers in Denmark, but they certainly shipped one over here. He's won every head ball in the box so far for the home team.
We got the trumpet player in with the drum section now. Must be watching the broadcast, heard your suggestion. Ball in the box. St. Louis deflected yet again. This time it was by Walker Hume off of his legs. St. Louis still cooking here. And the offside flag goes up, no doubt about it.
It's been Walker Hume that's been winning those head balls as well in conjunction with Yule Nilsson. Great job from both those two center backs.
A lot of effort coming up here up top from Albert Dikwa. Another young player, he's just 20 years old, out of Cameroon. He's named to the, last year, is named to the USL Top 20 Under 20. Played back to Gomez.
Great pass back there from Sean Reynolds, showing his experience, playing it to the goalkeeper's stronger foot, allowing the keeper a chance to run onto the ball and clear it to the other side of the pitch to switch the point of attack.
Challenge back, a run here from Ina Voltson, but a nice touch at the end from Sam Fink. Fink raised just outside St. Louis on the Illinois side, turned 25 earlier this week, and perhaps saved a goal there.
That was a great challenge. Annie Voltson was furious with something, whether he felt he was under a lot of pressure from Reynolds.
That surely seemed to be a handball. That one even more clearly, and neither one called.
Certainly the second one should have been called.
Second one was almost comical.
The assistant on this near sideline has to help the referee. The referee is running the diagonal away from play, so may have been unsighted in his defense, but the assistant on this near sideline should have been able to help in that decision-making process.
Yeah, the first one seemed like it. The second one was almost as if to say, well, we just did it, so you're going to stop play anyway. I'll use it. The fact that it wasn't called the second time, you're right. It's not sure how that happened, but no help from the assistant referee. And perhaps Adrian Gonzalez, the head referee, did not see it.
Right fullback's going for a walk. Ball went out right by the corner flag, and he takes the throw in right up by the edge of the area. Walked a full 18 yards, but the referee let him get away with it.
You have to wonder how much control the ref, Adrian Gonzalez, has over this match. Now, it hasn't been dirty. There haven't been a lot of fouls, but things like handballs and stepping forward, they have gotten away with some things.
Well, I say on the throw-ins, soccer players, if you give them an inch, they'll take about 18, 20 yards.
And here you see
There
just...
it goes. And again, keep going.
This is incredible.
Well, I mean, it's up to the referees. I mean, you can get finicky as a referee and picky and put a play back. But at some point, you have to put your foot down a little bit.
Put the foot down and insist that the players on the sideline put their feet down as well.
Exactly. Hashimoto there with a clumsy challenge into the back of Hilton. A little bit disjointed from both teams at the moment.
25th minute here, and past few minutes the game has been more defined by handballs and throw-ins than it has by opportunities from either side. That could change here, as I believe we'll see a corner kick. We will, for St. Louis. Take a look at the what seemed to be a handball.
Well, that was
first, that's definitely off his hand.
That was the first one from Annie Volson. I can see that one being missed, but that is an obvious handball. The left arm is moving away from the ball as well. Very big surprise that one was missed.
On the corner, it goes wide over the crossbar. But an opportunity for St. Louis here in the 25th minute.
Better service on the corner kick, getting into that near post area. The goalkeeper can't get there. Greg was running across the face of goal to the near post, just deflected the ball over the crossbar. Nice effort from St. Louis.
Little shirt pulling there, no whistle. Some contact, no whistle that time. Things getting a bit chippy. Thought that might be a handball. Ina Volson thought so as well. It's getting a little bit ludicrous at this point. Here's Selbo on the left. And cleared away by Kavita. Quinn. Through pass finds Contour Owusu-Ansah. Fink now to Dikwa.
Owusu-Ansah trying to get into the attack. Powder on this near sideline has been getting forwards from his right fullback position, but not a lot of balance on the left. Good job from Hilton there. He looked like he was going in with a high stud, but pulled out of the challenge. Good decision from him. But that was a bad decision there from Culbertson. Clumsy effort. Easy call for the official.
Seems like Powder's okay. Take another look at that. Yep. No doubt about it. So now the ball, the near side. Little turn and go, past the defender, the cross, nobody there. Segbers had the right idea, but couldn't link up with a teammate. So here's Dikwa. Barden, native of London. You hear Anthony Pulis yelling out for Dikwa. He does have familiarity with him. Dikwa spent last year with Orlando City B, so he came over, followed his coach to this new club.
Times right now, St. Louis are taking a few too many touches in their own half and painting themselves into a corner, so to speak. It allows Orange County time to get their defensive shape, make things predictable, keep the play in front of them. Some chances to switch the point of attack and get players beyond the ball, but St. Louis have really not been able to take advantage of those opportunities. Great sliding challenge from Hume.
Excellent work by the center back. Second round pick of the 2017 MLS Super Draft by Dallas. He was loaned out to Orange County late last year. He's now signed with the club. Stanley couldn't find anything there, was sprinting forward. Perhaps should have taken a shot. That shot from way out by Hilton, not a chance.
You see the movement of Greg there. He was trying to get into a channel for Stanley to release the ball into space for Greg. It was closed down nicely, and then the adjustment from the Orange County center backs took away any chance of the shot.
Huge run now from Sean Reynolds. But at the end, Rawls able to handle it easily.
Huge run followed by a huge touch. That was not good from Reynolds. Great to see the center back stepping into the space and having the wherewithal to intercept the pass and move forwards. But at the death there, he just got overexcited and lost possession cheaply.
Sean Reynolds from the Sunshine State, originally from Fort Walton Beach, Florida, graduate of West Florida. You've heard of Central Florida, South Florida, perhaps even North Florida. He's from the lesser heard of West Florida. A foul there called against Yul Nilsson, and he will pick up a yellow card, the first of the match.
That was clever there from Dequa. The touch that he had took him across the face of the defender.
So a yellow card in the 30th minute to Thomas Yul Nilsson.
Yul Nilsson just getting stuck in the ground a little bit. Watch the touch as it comes in from Dequa. He takes himself across the face of the defender. Very incidental contact in the end. Perhaps a little unlucky to get the yellow, but I think Dequa would have been in on, certainly into the attacking third with lots of space.
A roller there. And it just heads right back out, but Culbertson couldn't handle it. The pass inside. An excellent opportunity here. The extra touch did not help. Dequa looking to keep things going. Back to Kavita. Into the box. Kept alive, but caught. Nice grab there by Rawls.
Good job from the back line of Orange County to stay tall and strong. Would have been very easy to step in on the challenge of Hilton as he came in to the box, trying to find a way to shoot the ball.
Powerful run here on the left flank from Owusu Ansah. Into the box. Offside position was Enevoldsen.
Came from behind the back line of St. Louis to play the ball, frustrating for the center forward. Good communication and discipline from both sets of defenders.
Enevoldsen has been called. Reckless touch there from Gomez. It worked out for him, but dangerous with Hashimoto charging.
If I was Orange County, with the indecision and lack of confidence that Gomez demonstrated at the beginning of this half, I'd be chasing every ball that was played back to the keeper.
Absolutely. 32nd minute here from Irvine, California. Again with Matt Stubbington. I'm Corey Cohen. Gage Tillotson is our producer.
There was a foul called or an offside called there. It was a throw-in, so you can't be offside on a throw-in. And the player that was running onto the ball hadn't yet made a play on it, so I was a little surprised if it was an offside call.
So for Orange County, you can't be thrilled with how things are going. Again, they haven't been able to score more than a goal since April 14th. But the past few matches, it's either been a loss or that 1-0 win against Colorado Springs. And even that goal was not in the run of play. It was a penalty kick from Aiden Quinn. So OC still searching for a way to find the back of the net, and Pulis absolutely livid with that call. Pulis, the son of a veteran manager of the English Premier League, Tony Pulis.
Who won't be happy today is Team Middlesbrough are in the playoffs for promotion to the Premier League and lost 1-0 to Aston Villa today.
I did not keep track of that. That is rough. Yeah, a lot of decisions being made today. In Germany, I saw Hamburg relegated for the first time in Bundesliga history, and the supporters there started lighting flares and smoke bombs in the stadium. They did not take things well. A lot of contact there. And Culbertson on the ground in pain. Looks like his left calf. Take another look at that.
As the ball's played in, Powder comes in. It looks like a clean challenge, although it was from behind Culbertson. So there would be a case for a free kick to be taken. Culbertson looks okay, but the referee lets play continue with the throw-in, which I think is the right decision.
There's the hustle of Mark Segbers. Little turn and go from Lewis Hilton. A through ball. The cross wide. Not sure if that was deflected. Well, no, it's a goal kick. So just not a good touch from Kyle Gregg.
Good ball movement there from the visitors. Hilton on the ball, plays the ball through the outside channel. First time ball played across by Culbertson. There's Gregg trying to get in on frame. Hume did just enough to put him off the shot.
Deke with a touch to the right. The shot rolls with a huge save. Calistri took the shot. Rawls was right there. Culbertson, plenty of space. A little chip over to the right. And we'll see a goal kick after some nice play from Owusu Ansah. Take another look at that Rawls save.
Ball played across. Dikwa finding the support coming. Perhaps the shot should have been taken first time there by Calistri. Good support, good turn and delivery. Nothing wrong with the touch from that angle. It was the right decision. Opened up the shooting angle, but not a lot of power on the shot. Rawls with good technique to make the save.
Yeah, it did go right to Rawls. Had that gone perhaps a little bit left, a little bit wide, St. Louis would be on the board. 37th minute, it is 0-0.
Gomez again coming out of goal. A rash decision, in my opinion. Fink was right there, in good shape to make the play on the ball, but the goalkeeper was right at the edge of his box. Fink makes a mistake, and Gomez is going to be beaten very easily. This will be another long throw-in. Owusu Ansah striding up to take the play.
Orange County, nice job there by Tomas Gomez, making, again, his first appearance of the season.
A little bit of relief there from Mr. Gomez, holding on to that ball. First clean play he's made.
First time tonight where he's truly looked confident.
Came out high, winning the ball, taking control of his area. That's what we're used to seeing from Mr. Gomez. Not used to seeing what we've seen from him in the first 35 minutes of this match.
For Orange County, you have to wonder what has gone wrong for them. They had 3 weeks where they scored 5 goals, then 3 goals, then 3 goals. They are one of the top scoring teams in the nation. They have the most goals in the Western Conference entering today. And yet the past couple weeks, they just have not been able to find the back of the net. Nice grab there from Rawls.
A little bit of it is that Enny Volson made such a splash that he was then becoming the first name on the scouting reports of the opposition. Huge challenge there coming in from behind.
Mirpula saying he was elbowed in the back of the head. And now another injury is, that looks like Owusu Ansah on the ground.
He's grasping his right ankle, and let's see who it was for St. Louis who was contacted. Certainly it was a big challenge, and I think there is a case that there was an elbow to the back of the head. It was Hilton that was involved. And from the position on the pitch, it would have been Jul Nilsson, and he's already sitting on a yellow card.
Hey fans, be sure to stop by your favorite local supermarket and pick up some red shell miso dressing, sesame soy dressing, and teriyaki sauce today. It's great on salads, sandwiches, pastas, your favorite meats, and as a dipping sauce. So give it a try. More salad, please. Powder, now Quinn, calling for a reinforcement. Plays it all the way back to Duke.
Segbers and Sable have switched positions. Sable is on the ball and on the left flank now.
Shipped forward. You'd think an offside position, and he was.
Had switched a little bit earlier in this first half. Switched back a couple of times, so it makes it difficult for the defenders of St. Louis to keep track of those two players.
So for St. Louis FC, this first half, they haven't found the back of the net, but coming off that just abysmal performance midweek where they lost 6-3 at LA Galaxy 2, you assume that they feel a little bit confident, at least more confident than they were after that match, that they just couldn't seem to stop the bleeding against Galaxy 2, and in this one, they have.
They've done a decent job. It's been a battle of the midfield, really. We've seen some excitement in and around the attacking third and the boxes of both teams, but for me, the story is really the percentage of passes completed. They're sitting in the low 70 percentile for both teams, and that means that the ball is being turned over quite a lot. And consequently, we haven't seen that clean possession, the build-up play that we're used to seeing from both these teams. And these are squads that are used to having 56% of the possession for Orange County, 50% of the possession for St. Louis. So it's something that will probably improve in the second half once the coaches have had their words in the break.
Nice run here for St. Louis, but no reinforcements. 3 Orange County defenders there cleared things away. Now on the far side, Kavita. Kept in play. Nice work there by Owusu Ansah. Does not allow a corner kick. St. Louis will try again. Dikwa. Being tightly defended by Hume. Now across. And a dangerous foot there, as Rawls was able to pick it up. But you see Rawls screaming at Noah Powder.
Inside your own box, at the top of the 6, is not the time to try a scorpion kick, especially when you're facing your own goal.
Oh. Again,
well, we've given him credit, Mr. Powder. He's done some good things in this first half, but I think the reaction of the goalkeeper pointing to his forehead saying, use your head, says everything that needs to be said about that play.
Again, it didn't get too close to a goal. There was nobody there to clean it up. But Rawls, what he assumed was going to be a fairly routine play, he had to make a dive out to grab that before it became too dangerous. And now making a run out. Here's Jul Nilsson, Danish national.
Lovely touch from Jul Nilsson. Chest control, thigh control. Finishes it off with a good pass.
Segbers loses it. Stanley is there. Culbertson. Duke being stalked very well by Dikwa coming back in the defensive role. Without a doubt, a foul called on Aiden Stanley.
A couple of times he's been caught flat-footed. We saw it earlier in the first half when he got beat by Segbers. And then on this occasion, just static. You never want to be static as a defender. You just see him set his feet. And that's easy for an attacker. If I saw a defender set his feet like that, I'd be able to change my direction and go past them.
The second you see a defender plant his feet, that's exactly when you can take advantage. And that's Stanley putting the leg out. Again, a young player, 18 years of age, will be attending Duke in the fall. There's some great experience for him, making his third start of the year. The set piece, a little too much, and it is cleared away by Kavita on the cleanup.
Poor service on the set piece there, but great job from Yul Nilsson to keep things alive in the box for Orange County. Couldn't connect with a teammate, but very athletic.
Just over the head of Hashimoto. 45th minute now, and St. Louis hoping to get a goal. We'll have 1 minute of stoppage time. Culbertson, almost no defense, but a nice deflection off of Aiden Quinn.
Good positioning from Aiden Quinn there. Culbertson just took away the angle that he needed to deliver that ball into the path of Greg, who was trying to get into position on the far sideline. Aiden Quinn did a great job of putting pressure on and taking away that position.
On the corner kick, got past a couple players. Calistri tried to get a shot, could not find one. Reynolds plays it all the way back to his keeper.
Kavitar was there coming in, trying to get a header on it. Just overran the ball.
Final seconds, Dikwa. Cross deflected by Hume. Dikwa wants to try again. Hume is all over him. But we will see a corner kick before the half is up.
Fourth corner of the half for St. Louis.
Kukaracha now coming. And that will be the half. Scoreless here at the intermission. 0-0 between Orange County SC and St. Louis FC. A little bit surprising based on the midweek match from St. Louis where they allowed 6 goals. Braden Cloutier was actually at that match in LA, so he saw how Galaxy 2 was able to cut right through the St. Louis defense, and yet he hasn't been able to do it here tonight.
Well, so far it's been an entertaining game, but not a very well-played game of soccer. Both teams need to clean up their possession and find ways to get consistent possession in their opponent's half. We'll see what the messages are at halftime from the coaches. I expect it will be a little bit of the hairdryer treatment from of coaching staff and see if we get better
to bring you at halftime, and then we'll come back, of course, with all the action from the second half. It is 0-0 between Orange County and St. Louis on ESPN+.
You're young, you're busy. We get that. You don't want to think about healthcare until you need it. But when you do need it, Hoag will make it easy by providing convenient, reliable care that's tailored to you. We're here when you need us, with same-day appointments at our Hoag Medical Group offices. Urgent care locations open 7 days a week. Hoag is here for you, and will continue to be here through every exciting twist and turn along your life's journey.
Welcome back here, folks. It is halftime here between Orange County SC and St. Louis FC. Halftime is brought to you by Subaru Orange Coast. I'm Corey Cohen with my partner Matt Stubbington. That first half, a lot of mistakes made between the two teams, neither able to get that close to finding the back of the net.
There's some goalmouth scrambles. There was some good play in and around the box, but just not enough of it to really entertain the fans. It was all a bit of a scramble all over the pitch, and if these teams of these quality, you'd expect a bit of a better brand of soccer, to be quite frank, and I'm looking forward to seeing that in the second half.
Yeah, it's certainly for St. Louis, they stopped the bleeding after that midweek match, but for Orange County, a little bit surprising they couldn't take advantage of that. This weekend, as we celebrate Mother's Day, we have to thank all of the moms out there who've done so much for us throughout our lives. After all, where would we be without our moms whose tireless efforts often go unrecognized? I know my mom has been my biggest supporter. I certainly would not be here if not for her supporting me in every stage of my life. So I'm incredibly grateful on that. So thank you, Mom, and to all the mothers out there for always encouraging us, teaching us life's lessons, and helping us grow to be who we are. Orange County SC would like to wish all the moms out there a very happy Mother's Day with a special video from the team.
What's up, everybody? Just wanted to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Special shout out to my mama. Love you.
I gotta give a special shout out to my own mom for everything she's done for me throughout the years. I love you so much, and I hope you enjoy your holiday.
Just wanted to give a shout out to all the mothers out there on this wonderful Mother's Day. We're thankful for you guys, and have a good one.
I want to give a special shout out to my mother, Cynthia, and thank you for all that you have done for us kids. You have been nothing but amazing, and we love you, and we hope you have a great day.
Just want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day. Want to give a special shout out to my mom. Happy Mother's Day. Love you more than you know.
Thank you, Mom, for everything that you've done for me. You have always been there for me when I needed you. You've always been there to pick me up when I'm down. I love you so much for it. And happy Mother's Day this weekend.
Just wanted to wish all you mums out there a happy Mother's Day. I hope you have a fantastic time.
Back here, and just to echo them again, a huge thank you to my mom. As I mentioned, certainly would not be here without her, and so completely and forever grateful to her.
Thanks to my mum, Jan, back in England. She'll be possibly watching this tomorrow when they get up. And my wife, Charlene, she'll be going for a hike with the kids tomorrow, having breakfast with them, and then to a movie. That's their plan for their mum on their Mother's Day with their mum, Charlene, and Austin and Nathan. So they'll have a great day tomorrow.
Absolutely, and we hope that all the moms out there have a great day. When your child is crying or upset, the moms are always there. I know that's happened with me, and I'm certainly excited to celebrate with my mom tomorrow when I head back first thing. Right now, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back, talk about the USL and what's happened around the league.
Welcome to episode 7 of The Breakdown. I've got my good friend and roommate Cody Mizell with me. Welcome to the show, mate.
Jack, always a pleasure. Best haircut in USL.
We're going to be analysing the saves of the week this week, something slightly different. Cody will obviously give his critique on the goalkeeper, and I'll be able to give an analysis of the attacking play, so it should be a good one.
To the right side, blocked out of harm's way. Allows Restrepo to get back in. Casares a chance.
So it's a good couple actions here from Diego Restrepo. First, he's coming for a cross, looking like his 20-year-old self. Second one makes himself big and gets himself in a good position, and honestly makes a good save, push over the bar.
Yeah, from an attacking perspective, Fresno here, when Bustamante picks up the ball and Restrepo is literally 2 or 3 yards in front of him, he makes the great decision to pass it. It gives his team the opportunity and the defense of San Antonio to get back and get into a good position. So Restrepo makes a great decision. It's very forward thinking, it's on his front foot, and it's a fantastic play.
This one delivered in dangerously to the head of the area. Oh. Great save by Maxime Crépeau.
So this clip has a couple good things in it. First of all, a good decision from Crépeau to stand his line, and obviously when the header's in 6 yards out, makes a good decision, good feet, stands strong and makes a strong save to the right, keep his team in the game midway through the first half.
Yeah, and Kevin Politz takes advantage of losing his man. It's a great set piece, great ball in. One thing that maybe if he had the header again, he might choose to head it back across goal into the corner. You know, it makes it more difficult for the keeper to do that. But again, it's a fantastic effort on goal. Like Cody said, it's great reflexes from Crepeau, and it's a fantastic play.
Gets away from his defender, now sends it in towards goal. Headed save, Marcinkowski.
Marcinkowski, I think it's my vote for save of the week this week. Puts himself in a great spot to make the save. Well defended by his defender as well to have us back after a brilliant save.
Jacob probably has in his head to head it down. You know, when you head it down, it makes it more difficult for keepers when it's at their feet. And that's exactly what he does there. So in my opinion, he doesn't do anything wrong. He does the right thing and heads it down. And Marcinkowski, it's a fantastic save. You know, reflexes are fantastic on that play. I hope you all enjoyed episode 7 of The Break Down, something slightly different this week. Thanks again, Cody, for coming on the show.
Chaco, pleasure working with you, man.
I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Back here in Irvine, California. Again, halftime is brought to you by Subaru Orange Coast. Take a look at the upcoming schedule in the USL on the Western Conference side. A couple interesting matchups here. You see, starting on Friday, you've got Galaxy 2. We talk about that big win for them against Timbers 2. San Antonio FC, just a phenomenal organization. And then Phoenix and Sacramento, 2 of the best teams in the league this year.
Well, Phoenix are really playing well this year, and Sacramento are as well. So that would be a really good matchup. Drogba has been in his scoring ways recently. And then the highlight for me is Las Vegas Lights against Real Monarchs. Las Vegas play a brand of soccer all of their own. And Real Monarchs, they're just flat out good. They possess the ball well, get into the attacking third and create chances. So that will be a really good match next Saturday at 8 p.m.
Take a look at what's been happening around the league. The attendance, we mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, how incredible it has been for the USL to really grow as a league. And really bring out a lot of fans at the stadium, have a lot of fans watching here on ESPN Plus with this exciting media deal. And yeah, it's just a really exciting time for this league.
It's a fantastic league. It's a fantastic brand of soccer played throughout the league, and it's wonderful to see so many fans coming out and appreciating the efforts of these brilliant players. And hats off to you. I didn't realize, I mean, that 6-3 win that you've referenced, I actually didn't realize that there were 2 hat-tricks in that game, which really is astounding. So fantastic job from LA Galaxy too.
The St. Louis defense had a poor night on Wednesday. They have shored things up in this one, at least in the first 45 minutes, and we'll see if they can keep that up in the second half. We'll take a quick break here from Irvine, California. It's a little bit chilly, but all the fans have got those blankets to warm them up. We'll be right back here on ESPN Plus.
The first person to survive Alzheimer's disease is out there. And the Alzheimer's Association is going to make it happen by funding scientific breakthroughs, advancing public policy, and providing local support to those living with the disease and their caregivers. But we won't get there without you. Visit alz.org to join the fight.
What makes my famous brisket, chicken marinade, and punch so good? A lemon lime secret ingredient I'm never going to tell. 7-Up. Who's hungry? Do more with 7-Up.
Back here, it is halftime at Championship Soccer Stadium at Great Park in Irvine, California. Halftime is brought to you by Subaru Orange Coast. 0-0 here between Orange County SC and St. Louis FC. How do we get there, folks? Well, let's take a look at the highlights from the first half with Matt Stubbington. I'm Corey Cohen. Matt, what did we see here starting off early on?
Well, it was a competitive game of soccer, but pretty much a sloppy game of soccer. Not many completed passes. It was a bit frustrating. And this really epitomizes what we saw in the first 45 minutes. A mistake by the goalkeeper, Rolls, a slip from Greg. And in the end, it was all a bit of a scramble, and Rolls was spared his blushes as he was able to regain possession of the ball inside the penalty area.
See there, just that tussle on the ground.
And at the other end, Gomez getting his first starting goal, comes out to claim the ball, doesn't do so cleanly. Again, the goalkeeper spared the blushes. Ball bouncing around, Powder there getting the clearance. That young man played really well in the first 45 minutes. Ball bounced around, and credit to the two centre-backs, Hume and Yul Nilsson, for making life very difficult for the forwards of the visitors to find any clear efforts on frame. Greg, the good header that he is, didn't really have any great chances in the first half. At the other end, Annie Volson hasn't had his chances either. Good play there from Fink to take the ball off of the foot of the star forward for the home team. That probably was one of the better opportunities, the header from Greg from the set piece. And right towards the end of the first half, there was Greg again trying to find a way to get the shot on frame. This one was on target, but Rolls made the save look very easy. Good play from Dikwa to find Calistri, on the overlap. The shot didn't have enough power on it, and it was easily saved by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, that one seemed to be the best opportunity of the first half, but the shot just right to the keeper. So there is one substitution here at halftime. It is for Orange County, and it'll see Koji Hashimoto sub out for Giovanni Godoy. A local player, he's 23 years of age, from Watsonville, California, went to UC Irvine, where he was the 2017 Big West Offensive Player of the Year. Sometimes can act as a spark off the bench. Does have one goal to his name this season.
Hashimoto was a very busy player in the first 45 minutes for Orange County, but at no point did he really stamp his influence on the game. Didn't see a lot of possession. So Braden Cloutier trying to change things up as we begin the second half of this match.
And we are underway here into the second half. Orange County wearing the black kits, now heading from the right side of your screen to the left. St. Louis wearing white, heading from left to right. Again, with Matt Stubbington, I'm Corey Cohen with you for the broadcast. Our producer is Gage Tillotson.
So the referee needs to restock his shaving cream.
That header won by St. Louis. We will see a corner kick now coming on the far side.
Ordinarily, I would like a ball bending in towards the goal. That was a good service. This time bending away from the goal. The keeper couldn't come and claim it. Still put in the right area of the pitch. Make sure that the defenders have to make a play on it.
Corner kick. It's loose. And headed and now booted out of the box. Nice touch from Powder. A lot of contact there. It was incidental, no whistle. On the counter, nice boot. It's a little bit chilly, at least for Orange County. It's 60 degrees with the sun fully set now at Great Park. Tonight's Orange County SC versus St. Louis FC match is presented by Hogue. And tonight, all fans in attendance received a free Orange County SC fleece blanket, courtesy of Hogue and Hogue Orthopedic Institute. So I'm sure they're not complaining in the 60-degree weather. Though for if 60-degree weather is cold, I want to be where they are.
Well, the blankets look great, and everybody seems to be wrapped up in them. I don't blame them. Wish I had one where I am. It's a little chilly.
So here's Godoy. Nice touch, Ina Voltson. The chip cross, open, the shot. Incredible defense, the slide tackle to interrupt the boot from Owusu-Ansah, who was streaking.
It was a clever play here, down the outside channel. Ball stood up at the back post, took an age to come down, and that's why Calistri was able to get back so well defensively. Owusu-Ansah was there waiting to swing his leg through the ball. Great job from Calistri right at the death to take that ball right off the foot of the outside back of Orange County.
Great awareness by Ina Voltson to see his teammate Owusu-Ansah streaking, just hung in the air a little bit too long. And a great hustle play from Calistri. Young player from outside of Chicago, went to Northwestern, signed a homegrown contract with the Chicago Fire in 2015. And actually spent some time with the Fire, made 14 MLS appearances. And spent last year in USL with Tulsa, now here with St. Louis. In the box, the shot, nice save by Rawls.
Good counterattack by the visitors, putting the pressure on the back four of Orange County. Owusu-Ansah there in the middle of the picture. Didn't get the challenge in cleanly. Stinging shot from
it was Culbertson. Here's the corner kick in the 50th minute. Way off the mark. A knock on the shoulder there from Kavita. Rawls, neither keeper has been challenged too much tonight. Rawls, I would say, a little bit more so, and he has stepped up in all of those cases.
Well, he's had to make 2 saves.
An offside position was Dikwa. And we've got a player on the ground for Orange County.
The ball might have actually gone out for the throw-in. Referee indicating that Owusu-Ansah needs some attention by the athletic training staff.
And he will get it here on the near sideline.
He's off the pitch, so play can continue.
And he's really been everywhere tonight on the defensive end. And then, of course, a few minutes ago, trying to get a shot on goal. Filling in, because Orange County, they've got 2 fullbacks. They had 2 fullbacks that started pretty much all the time for this club. Oscar Sorto is one. He and the team parted ways earlier this week after he started every game this year. And then Alex Cronali was the other, and he's starting on the bench tonight. So Owusu-Ansah doing a very nice job in that left back position.
Culbertson on the turf. He's in a lot of discomfort by the looks of the player's reaction. The referee indicating that there was no foul.
Selbo looking for a teammate. Couldn't get it up to Godoy. And now Culbertson on the ground.
Culbertson's still slow to get up. The referee's indicating that he doesn't want to stop play.
Looks like he was hitting the knee.
It was incidental contact after the clearance, and foot to the knee will hurt, but I think I have to agree with the referee that it wasn't really a foul there.
Culbertson, an interesting background. He's from Columbus, Ohio. Went to Akron in Northeast Ohio, then transferred to Columbia, and then came back to his home state, transferred again to Ohio State, actually his hometown, That's where he got his degree and finished his soccer career. But with the NCAA rules, you don't often see players transfer that much, having to sit out.
Soccer is generally different from the game of American football as far as the transfer rules are concerned. But
yeah, you certainly don't see too many. You'll see a lot in football, see a lot in basketball. Not as many in soccer, but Culbertson got a little taste of 3 different schools.
The game continues to be disjointed with stops and starts. The squad have really stamped their authority in the middle third.
Physical play there, no foul called.
I wonder whether Cloutier has changed things up a little bit with the substitution he made at halftime, bringing on Godoy. So whether they've gone to more of a 2-player front. Certainly, Annie Voldson seems to be coming a bit deeper. It might be his responsibility to fill that role that Hashimoto has vacated. Selbo and Segbers still continue to have switched positions from the roles that they started at the beginning of the game. Selbo was on the left and Segbers was on the right, which is how they ended the first half.
About to enter the 56th minute of action. Nice boot there from Gomez. You see him gaining confidence throughout the match as it goes on, this being his first start.
I didn't think it would take long, a player of his experience and quality. Certainly his decision-making process was suspect, to say the least, to begin the game. He has made better decisions as things have progressed, hasn't really had to make a save as yet.
And it's certainly understandable why head coach Anthony Pulis wanted to make that move after his starting goalkeeper, Jake Fennelston, gave up 6 goals in that midweek match against Galaxy 2. Another heads-up play from Gomez.
Well, Gomez was brought in because of his experience. So certainly him going down injured right in preseason was a big blow. Fennelston in his defense has played pretty well to start this year off. And you look at a result of 6 goals conceded. I mean, that really is an anomaly. It's not something that you would expect at this level.
Orange County working. Nice defensive play there. Some contact, no whistle.
And credit to St. Louis as well. I mean, yes, they conceded 6, but they scored 3 of their own.
They did.
So it would have been very easy for them to just roll over and wait for the final whistle and forget about the game, but they played with a lot of pride and tried to find a way to stay with LA Galaxy 2.
Here's Godoy forward, but an offside position, and Selbo was furious. Not sure if it's with the ref or with himself, but he took that aggression out, kicking the ball after he heard the whistle.
Just pure frustration there. Look at the shots for Orange County. They've only had 3 in the game, none on target. St. Louis have 9 in the game so far with 2 on target. Maybe an indication of where things have been breaking down. It's been pretty compelling in the middle third, but the attacking thirds, it's been lacking from both teams.
High in the sky, and we will see a goal kick here for Andre Rawls.
Both teams, so particularly St. Louis, have been more effective on the counter, trying to get the width and serving the ball in early, not allowing Orange County the time to set up defensively. Good job there from Duke to get back.
'59th minute. Hilton plays it all the way back to Sean Reynolds. Spent his last 3 years with Louisville City, so he got to lift the trophy last season. Had 17 appearances for that championship Louisville City team, including 1 goal from the center back position. Cross, the header, it's knocked. Dikwa back. And that's also deflected. And that one, just out of frustration, seemed to be booted away.
Poor effort on the final service from Stanley, but that was better from St. Louis, switching the point of attack quickly, taking fewer touches on the ball, standing the ball at the back post. And see who it was for the home team that put the final touch on the effort. It probably was Jon Nilsson, but it was an important touch at the back post.
Last touch off of St. Louis, off the leg of Joey Calistri. And you can certainly see in Calistri, again, he's young, but you can see that experience that he's had at a high level. Again, 14 MLS appearances last season with Tulsa this year. Again, young player, but he plays like a veteran. And he's really been all over the pitch tonight. 61st minute now. With Matt Stubbington, I'm Corey Cohen. Our producer is Gage Tillotson. Still scoreless. Played back to Walker Hume. The rock of this back line. Now to Duke. Dikwa. Got a player to his right. It is intercepted. Dikwa fighting for it. Nice work from Owusu Ansah. A lot of contact. It's a foot race. And Ina Voltson comes away with it. Selbol on the left wing. Into the box, cuts twice and loses it.
Ina Voltson's coming deeper now. Hashimoto has been subbed out of the game, so Ina Voltson has come back to try and get involved in the play. Gives it to Selbol, and Selbol just tried to do too much with it. Absolutely not a penalty. Ina Voltson wanted the ball played back to him at the top of the box. Selbol's eyes just got way too big. Let's have a little bit more composure, find a teammate. Very creative on the wings, but sometimes you just have to know when to take a breath, pass the responsibility onto somebody else.
Selbol, another young player with this squad, just 20 years of age. Flick back. Little Michael Jackson on the trumpet now. Ball in the box. And a push there, and actually a lot of credit to Segbers for not diving in and trying to sell it, because there was certainly contact in the penalty area. Goal kick coming up here. All the credit in the world to that trumpet player, by the way.
Playing some good tunes.
And there's a reason why every stadium has a drum, because it's relatively easy, not discounting what drummers do, but you keep a beat going. It doesn't trumpet, you know, with all the lungs, and it's very tough to keep that going for 90 minutes, and he's been doing it.
It just adds to the atmosphere that you see around the league. Great fan groups.
Boot from Gomez in the 64th minute. Dikwa on to the left. Greg. He's been quiet this half. Side of the net.
Greg and Hilton are claiming that it was deflected off of the foot of Culbertson out for a corner kick, but the referee's having none of it.
And excuse me, that was Culbertson, not Greg. My apologies.
Ball just got stuck under his feet a little bit. Couldn't create the angle for the cross. If he had, it would have been a really difficult one to meet with the head. There's a lot of power on that ball.
Looks like Selbel was in an onside position. It's knocked clear, but a throw-in coming up for Orange County.
Great foot race between those two players. The stride length of Kavitar just allowed him to get goal side, though.
A chip, but a miscommunication there. Quinn intended for Segbers, who had already made a run, and now foul called against Segbers. Segbers, again, a young player, 22 years of age, as we see him chasing down here, and certainly a foul called, and for good reason. He's currently on loan here with Orange County. He was the 9th overall pick in the 2018 MLS Super Draft. Was loaned to Orange County, scored his first professional goal on April 7th. Added another one a couple weeks later. Where he really shines is setting up other players. He's tied for first in the USL in assists right now with 3. And able to orchestrate some offense. Slide tackle, no whistle, and Calistri is livid.
Long legs of Hume getting in the way of Calistri. Seen them given, seen them not given. On this occasion it wasn't given, so.
Whistle before the throw. Perhaps took too many steps. A foot race. See a throw in now for OC. Header to the left wing. Quinn not finding much space. Gets it to Duke. Marina Voltson. Some room, a shot. Nice save from Gomez, still in play. Finally rolls out, we'll see a corner kick.
Fine job from Gomez for the first time tonight. Orange County test the goalkeeper on a shot. Powder with the left foot. Bouncing effort, difficult for the keeper. Well done, good technique.
Corner kick here for Orange County. Couldn't find a teammate to link up with. Still possession with OC. And a foul, a little bit of a late whistle, but a foul called on Albert Dikwa.
Selbel is so tricky on the ball. If you don't keep your feet active as a defender, you'll get caught just as Dikwa did. Coming in back against the grain. Dikwa tried to pull his arm out, his leg out from making contact. So he's waggling the finger at Adrian Gonzalez, the referee. I think the referee was right in that situation, calling for the foul.
Dikwa making his 3rd start of the season tonight, certainly earning it after scoring in their midweek match. That's his first goal of the year. Header won by St. Louis, and a player down for Orange County. Duke will keep the play going. Now chipped forward. Godoy, not even close, could not get that ball under control.
Looks like it was actually deflected out for a corner kick. St. Louis was just caught ball watching. Godoy just had pulled away from his defender. It was in acres of space. Ball just wouldn't come down on the bounce into side volley in, but great effort from him.
69th minute, the corner. Up in the air, and Gomez looking like a vet, punching that out.
That's the one call that I don't like, is the protection of the goalkeeper. There's players around, keeper's going up to punch the ball. There wasn't really anybody jumping at the keeper.
Nice header, won by Owusu Ansah, who was in a foot race with Dikwa.
For the most part, the outside backs of Orange County have been pretty impressive. They've been trying to get forwards on the overlap. But, if you don't possess the ball very cleanly, it becomes very difficult to have the confidence to go forwards, because you're worrying about your team transitioning to defense all the time. You see Segba's there, got tripped up, just looks over at the referee, wondering if the whistle is going to be blown.
Nice little flick there from Godoy to Selbol. Couldn't get anything with that play, though. Still, we'll see a quick, relatively quick corner kick. At least Selbol wanted to make it quick.
Out of position were the defense of St. Louis. Sean Reynolds did ever so well to get back goal side. Put the ball out for the corner kick.
Header, it's loose and cleared away. And we'll see a substitution here as Michael Seaton will enter the match for Orange County for Nancel Selbol. So Selbol, he was all over the place, but the 20-year-old with 1 goal to his name will not get his 2nd this evening.
Put in a good shift tonight, I think. Selbol.
Certainly aggressive.
An appreciative high five from his coach, Brendan Cloutier.
Now Kadeem Dakers will enter this match as a substitute. And he will come in for Joey Calistri. So 2 very influential players in this match have now subbed out. Calistri was all over the pitch, as was Selbol.
We talked about it in the first half. The one thing you can control, if things aren't coming off the way that you would like, if you're not playing well, is your effort. And those are 2 players that have put forth a lot of effort tonight. The ball hasn't bounced kindly for them on occasion. Calistri in the first half had 1 good effort, but he hit it straight at the goalkeeper.
Kadeem Dakers, sort of a journeyman. Spent last year with FC Cincinnati. now a member of St. Louis FC. Michael Seton, native of Spanish Town, Jamaica. There's a touch for the aforementioned Seton, but not much room for him. Sent all the way back. Seton did then come to the U.S. He was younger, came up through the DC United youth system, has dual citizenship between the U.S. and Jamaica, plays for the Reggae Boys, and actually has 14 caps with the Jamaican national team. So he's just 21 years of age, but already plenty of experience. Was overseas the past couple of years. Was in Israel, actually, past 2 years. Spent 1 year with Hapoel Ramat Gan, the other with Maccabi Ahi Nazareth. So now, Seton in the box. He was onside. The cut. Incredible defense. The stand-up tackle. Sam Fink, the center back, to stop Michael Seton right in his tracks. And now Dikwa doesn't have any help. He did have a teammate central, but couldn't get it to him. Still working here. The cross, way too much, however, from Dakers. That's deflected. And plenty of contact, and it looks like we're going to see a yellow card on Culbertson. So no yellow. Let's take another look at that huge tackle, that stand-up tackle from Fink.
Just see how the defender is just keeping his feet active. His positioning was good. He's over his toes, shielding the ball, making sure that his weight is on the foot closest to his goal so he can stab at the ball with the forward foot. Great defensive presence from Fink, and there's another effort from him, clearing the ball out of bounds for the throw-in.
Yeah, from that angle, you have to figure that Seton isn't going to go towards the goal line because he would have no angle. And so, as you said, planted his weight on his right foot, so on the left, he could reach out that leg, and it's exactly what he did to win the ball cleanly.
And what you're doing is you're using the sideline, or the byline in that case, as your extra defender. And it's just a great example of the skill there from Fink. This is positioning as well. Chest was high, didn't get down too low. And the other thing is, the ball doesn't have feet. It won't move unless it's kicked, so watch the ball. Have patience. Great job by the number 4.
76th minute here. Hey fans, be sure to stop by your favorite local supermarket and pick up some red shell miso dressing, sesame soy dressing, and teriyaki sauce today. It's great on salads, sandwiches, pastas, your favorite meats, and as a dipping sauce. So give it a try. More salad, please.
I might try the teriyaki. That sounds good.
I was going to say that too. That sounds preferred for me. Seton into the box. In the corner again, one-on-one. This time he cuts back, has some help. Ina Voltson now on the right flank. Orange County with numbers. St. Louis stacking the box. Long distance shot off the crossbar. Unsuspecting shot there, but one of the better opportunities Orange County has had tonight.
Speculative from outside the box. One of the most exciting moments that we've had in this game. I believe it was Powers.
Yeah,
again, Powder again. Left-footed effort. Gomez was struggling.
Foul, perhaps. It is on Fink. Now the trumpeter playing California Girls. It's fitting. 78th minute here from Championship Soccer Stadium at Great Park in Irvine, California. With Matt Stubbington, I'm Corey Cohen with our producer, Gage Tillotson. Set piece coming up here for Orange County SC. With a win, they could climb into 3rd place in the Western Conference. That header, an own goal, unless it was touched at the end. And Segber celebrating as if he got a piece of it. I believe it was Kavita who headed it back, intending it to go wide, and was far too dangerous. And Segber's getting a touch at the end. Let's take another look at that off the set piece.
I can't imagine that it was a player from Orange County that got the touch, unless it deflected onto the knee of Segber's, but Orange County don't care. They're up a goal. Desperately unlucky from Kavita, but that is all down to the service on the set piece, where that ball is positioned on a rope. The defenders have to make a play on it. The goalkeeper can't come and play it, but those defenders are facing their own net. Fantastic service on that set piece from Aiden Quinn.
So, again, Segber celebrating, but by all accounts, and we'll take a look at the official scorebook, I think that has to be an own goal against Fanuel Kavita. And the official scorebook does have that down as an own goal against Fanuel Kavita. So, tough for him to give that one up, but you do take that risk when you head it back, intending for it to go out of bounds, and it just hit the inside of the post.
Well, he had to make a play on it. He had no choice other than to head the ball because of the delivery on the service and where it was lined up. Essentially, from that point on the pitch, Corey, if you pick a line between the corner of the far post and the corner of the 6 on the far post side and deliver it into that channel, it makes life so difficult for the defenders. And we just saw that's exactly where the ball was placed, and the result was the ball going in the back of the net.
So speaking with head coach Braden Cloutier earlier this week, I asked him about the fact that the offense has not scored more than a goal since April 14th for San Antonio. And he wasn't worried. He said he'd only be worried if they weren't creating opportunities. But he believes they've been creating opportunities, they just haven't been able to find the back of the net, and that will eventually come naturally as long as they're creating opportunities. In this one, Matt, how would you say they've been faring when it comes to creating opportunities? Obviously, they haven't scored themselves. It was an own goal that right now has them up 1-0, as we see now Dikwa into the box, and it's deflected. But how would you say that Orange County has gone about creating opportunities to at least put them in a position to perhaps get a goal of their own? I'll actually have you answer that in just a moment once this play is finished, as St. Louis is challenging in the box, a header. Now on the opposite end, cross in from the center back. The extra pass, the goal! The equalizer from St. Louis. The substitute. Or excuse me, that was Lewis Hilton. He's been everywhere today and has finally found the back of the net. In the 82nd minute, he ties this one up.
St. Louis keeping the ball alive in their attacking third, making life difficult. Orange County never got on terms. Kavita irons his teammate just checking into the game, Dacres. Dacres had a fantastic vision to find Lewis Hilton to his left. And Hilton makes no mistake, just a beautiful side-footed shot with the right peg into the upper corner. Keeper stood no chance. Sometimes it just takes a goal to open things up. And now we have two in a very short space of time.
A 78th minute own goal from Kavita, and then the equalizer coming from St. Louis in the 82nd minute. And Thomasina Voltson picked up a yellow card after that goal, so he's playing with a yellow. St. Louis trying again. Brilliant slide tackle there. And this game has, the intensity of this one has really just gone way up to an 11. As St. Louis, they're not satisfied with just that one goal. They want another.
I mean, the intensity's been there the whole game. It just hasn't had the industry that's needed for it to turn into a soccer game that's exciting in the attacking third. And you asked me whether I thought Orange County had done a good job of creating the chances themselves, but really, you have to say no.
In the box, the pass, nice deflection by Hume to break up that play. St. Louis still working. On the right with Dakers. He's tripped. And Dakers is livid at that call.
For me, he went down a little bit too easily and handled the ball, so I think that's the right decision. When you look at the statistics, Orange County only have 5 shots in this match compared to the 12 of the visitors, and you only have 5 shots. That doesn't make the statement that you are creating the opportunities that you desire. They have had other chances that haven't resulted in the shots, and certainly Sabol and Segbers have been very creative on the outside. But when you have a player of the quality of Annie Voltson, he hasn't had a shot all game.
And it's certainly, and that's sort of what I was alluding to, was that concern for Cloutier that his team hasn't been able to find the back of the net more than once in a few weeks now. And in this case, they didn't even find it once. It was an own goal. And the fact that this offense, that again, in 3 matches, had a combined 11 goals, and now they're struggling just to get 1. And after that first goal, you think, well, maybe they'll escape with 3 points anyway. But it seems like whether it's 3 points or 1 point or however they exit this match, there has to be a concern there with the fact that this offense hasn't been able to score.
Well, I think that the concern for me, and this would I would speak to this for both teams, is they haven't had clean possession in really any area of the pitch. The pass completion rate is right around 70% for the game between the two teams. So players of this quality, you're used to seeing it in the high 70s and the early 80s as far as their accuracy is concerned. And part of that is the choppiness of the game and the competitive nature of the game and the pressure that the players have been put under. But you're passing it to your opposite number all the time instead of to the guys that you're wearing the same uniform as. It makes it for a very long night, and you aren't able to build any attack in the attacking third, and your forwards can't have any industry on their run because they have no idea where the ball is. There's no predictability about your play going forwards. At some point, you have to have something predictable that your forwards can run off of.
So another substitution now for Orange County. Mats Bjurman will enter the match for Mark Segbers. So Segbers, who's got 2 goals, 3 assists, playing his hometown club. He's from St. Louis. Will exit this match without scoring or assisting. And for Bjurman, he's a hometown player from right here in Irvine, California. Spent last year with the opposing club. He's a member of St. Louis FC last year. I'm sure he is happy with the opportunity to face his former club and in his hometown. And he played a large factor with St. Louis last year. 21 starts, 27 appearances. He's used primarily as a spark. This season. 89th minute. That's deflected. Orange County looking to head the other way.
Dacres has been a bit of a changing force for St. Louis since he's come on. A little bit more creative off the dribble for the visitors, forcing the back line of Orange County to retreat.
Contact on that header. No whistle. So just a few minutes remaining in this match. And for St. Louis FC, they wouldn't be all that upset if they went home with a point after that midweek match in which they gave up 6 goals to Los Angeles. They stopped the bleeding from that one. The defenses look good. Their goalkeeper has gotten some confidence. For Orange County, they would certainly be upset. Here's a shot, but it goes well wide, not even towards the goal. And coming up, we'll see a minimum of 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Frustration from both sets of coaches.
And it looks like the ref was saying it was a head collision. In which case you stop the match and check, but you're right, both coaches eager. St. Louis, I mentioned, might be all right with heading home with 1 point, but the way they're playing, they're certainly not content, especially because it seems like they've been outplaying Orange County. They want that extra goal.
Lots of confusion as far as what's going on with the possession of the ball. Might want to change that 3 to a bigger number. Well, we'll sort this one out.
Yeah, by now it's got to be at least 4.
It's going to end up being a drop ball.
So Adrian Gonzalez trying to sort out confusion there.
And some good sportsmanship there from Aiden Quinn, giving possession back to St. Louis.
Bunch of steps taken there on the throw-in. Slide from Duke. Nice control from Quinn. And a lot of pain. You could hear it from Owusu Ansah. A red card, straight to red. Jonathan Barden is out of this match.
I was just about to compliment Barden on his skill to get away from the initial tackle. Cleats were up.
He did step right on the foot of Owusu Ansah, and you could hear the scream. I mean, he was right by the mic, but you could hear the scream.
It's one of those that you can see why the red was given.
And Anthony Pulis.
Perhaps it should have been a yellow. I think maybe going straight to the red was a little bit too much from the official.
That's what I would think as well. Anthony Pulis arguing that, saying that that's not a red card. But Barden, the native of London, who has played every minute of this season up to this point, no longer.
Anthony Pulis has been sent to the stands as well. It's been a lot of frustration from the coaching staff of St. Louis, the officiating this game, and Anthony Pulis has been asked to leave the coaching area. So a controversial end to this game.
And we're going to have at least a couple more minutes, you assume, unless the head referee, Adrian Gonzalez, decides that tempers are a little bit too high.
Well, he has to play the timeout. The referee's got to take control, and the play's got to be backed up. The foul happened another 5 or 6 yards back.
It's just going back about 1 yard at a time.
I mean, at some point the referee's got to step up to the plate and have the authority to say, no, take it back where I want it to be taken back from.
And he tried to flex that authority by giving out the red, by sending off the manager, Anthony Pulis, but certainly things getting a bit chippy here. And that's a goal kick coming up for St. Louis FC.
Reynolds is stretching out his calf muscles, maybe having a little bit of trouble with some cramping in the calves.
You see there the time wasted coming from Tomas Gomez.
He's going to take his time. You got a point on the board. You're down a player. You do not want to concede anything.
He is taking his good old time here.
Be interested to see how the discipline report reads with Anthony Pulis, whether he'll have to miss time on the bench next time out for St. Louis. I didn't see the referee pull out a card and just dismiss the coach from the bench. I don't know whether you ordinarily see the card given to the coach.
A shot from long range is well wide, and that is it. The final score is 1-1. And things gotten a little bit chippy here at the end. But certainly for neither team all that happy with this result. St. Louis FC, they stopped the bleeding from Wednesday when they allowed 6 goals. They only allowed 1 here, and that was an own goal. They scored 1 for themselves, but they were clearly upset not to get the 3 points. And Orange County SC, again, not able to find the back of the net.
Well, it was just a very choppy game of soccer, really illustrated by the choppy end to the match with the red card to Barden, the captain for St. Louis. And compelling at times, but certainly not one of the most entertaining or cleanly played games of soccer I've ever seen.
Certainly not what you would show on a video to demonstrate the best game of soccer you've ever seen. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with all the finals from this. But again, 1-1 is the final score here from Irvine, California. We will take a quick break. Stick with us here on ESPN+.
You're young, you're busy. We get that. You don't want to think about healthcare until you need it. But when you do need it, Hoag will make it easy by providing convenient, reliable care that's tailored to you. We're here when you need us. with same-day appointments at our Hogue Medical Group offices. Urgent care locations open 7 days a week. Hogue is here for you, and will continue to be here through every exciting twist and turn along your life's journey.
So the final score here from Great Park in Irvine, California, 1-1. An own goal that St. Louis FC gave up in the 78th minute was what it took, and then the 82nd minute goal from Hilton. To see those goals and everything else, let's take a look at the highlights from this back and forth match.
It was a competitive game, lots of intensity, a lot of buy-in from the players, bodies hitting the floor, huge challenges, collisions throughout this match. That's one of the best opportunities in the first half. Greg at the near post, heading the corner just over the crossbar. And then towards the end of the first half, there were another couple of opportunities. Rolls on this occasion making the save from Calistri. Well done by the goalkeeper for the home team. Going into the second half, both teams came out with a little bit more intensity. Culbertson stinging the hands of the goalkeeper Rolls on that occasion. And Culbertson was involved again, putting the back line under pressure, trying to stand the ball up at the back post. Got a deflection, hits the side netting. And the home team, under the left foot of Powder, challenged the goalkeeper, forced the save from Gomez, and then great defensive work there from Fink. But then the defensive work went by the by, and an own goal scored. The home team goes up 1-0, and celebrations all round for Orange County. Substitution made. Akers comes into the game. He has the vision. He has the teammate to his left. Hilton has the right-footed strike. Side foots it into the upper corner. Rolls on this occasion had no chance. The tie is on.
And Hilton, normally the orchestrator, the man that takes the corner kicks. He had one assist entering into this game. But that time he was the finisher. Got his first goal, and that was the difference in this one. 1-1. Again, those highlights brought to you presented by Destination Irvine. So again, a back and forth match, not the cleanest match that you've ever seen. And for Orange County, they will take the 1 point. They will stay in 4th place in the standings. But they'll look to climb back up next week against Fresno FC, a team that is currently sitting in 11th place. But this was certainly a match they were hoping to get 3 points. The offense, though, still struggling.
Well, the offense struggling a little bit, and it won't get any easier against Fresno FC. It'll be a really intriguing game. Fresno having a little bit of trouble themselves scoring goals, so it'll be a great match for the fans to watch next weekend.
So that is it from this one. Again, not the prettiest soccer match you've ever seen. An own goal against St. Louis, and then a 82nd minute goal from Lewis Hilton, and it is 1-1 the final. We want to thank you all so much for joining us in this match live from Great Park in Irvine, California. One final time for our producer, Gage Tillotson. For my partner, Matt Stubbington, I'm Corey Cohen, signing off from the Golden State on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.